Love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Listen, can we have healthy families, healthy marriages, and a thriving career? I don't know, man, but we are going to tackle this conversation. Stay tuned.
I'm coming in high, I'm coming in quick, got what I got, I'm so content. He calling me blessed, running up checks, running up, loving that flex, been on that marathon nail, I run at my pace, they loving the spread.
What's going on, family? It's Quantrell Lenore here, your favorite career coach, and we are going to tackle family or career. Notice I put or. I'm being a little facetious here, thinking that we have to choose one or the other. But the reality, it sometimes feels like we do have to choose, right? When we look on Instagram, we can see folks just killing it. Like their partner is super sexy. They are making hundreds of thousands of dollars. They got the sexy job. And then they come home to us. They come home and they are taking care of the family. You know, they just taking care of business from every perspective. Like, is that real? I don't know. So I want to free some people up out there. This is not easy to do. If you find yourself struggling with anxiety or depression because you are trying to navigate your career with your spouse, your significant other, with your partner, I want to free you up. Like, you are not the only person that is going through that. When I think about me and my wife, we've been married for 11 years now. We have 2 kids and we both have navigated our careers, right? So not only do we have our careers, we're both entrepreneurs, and I'm a creative on top of that. There's been seasons where she was the primary breadwinner, where she's the one accelerating in our careers. And then there's been seasons where it's vice versa. That's where we are currently, where I am the primary one that is financially supporting our family and has the ambitions to help us to grow and scale our quality of life through our careers, right? But it's been like this seesaw. It's been this juggling act, and it has not been easy. And I'm gonna be 100 bands with you. We still don't have it figured out. So as I make this video, you see me on YouTube, we don't have it figured out, right? I just want to normalize that for you. People out here are flexing on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and it looks like they got it all figured out, but they really don't. Me and my wife are still trying to figure this thing out. So I want to free somebody up out there. So here's the first thing I have to say. I think we should always prioritize our family and our marriage over our career. So this gonna sound a little some kind of way to somebody, right? I know that we have to financially provide. We have to pay bills. We have to take care of ourselves and our family. I know that. I realize that. I will never tell nobody to not go to work or not do a great job in their world of work and perform well so that they can do well in their careers. I would never tell anybody that. However, you have to prioritize your family and your marriage first. I'm not exclusively talking about from a financial standpoint. I'm talking about from an emotional standpoint, a spiritual standpoint, psychologically, all that stuff. I think we have to always prioritize our families over our careers. All right, I want to do a quick little sidebar here because I'm editing the video in real time. I'm listening to myself talk. I think we also have to lean into our spouses because one person might be the breadwinner, and we both have to consider the spiritual, emotional, psychological aspect of prioritizing our families and marriage. I think this is where we have to lean on each other for certain areas. So if one partner is leaning on the other to go out there and bring home the bacon, maybe they're not the person that you're leaning on for the spiritual aspect in the family in that season, at least. Now, all right, husbands, men, we have to lead. What that looks like, that's your conversation with God. But the point that I'm making here is that there's like, I'm thinking about my wife in this season. She is helping to make sure we're doing devotionals every evening with our kids. She's nudging me and the kids for prayer. And so, you know, she's leading in that area of spiritual. But as the husband, I still have to step up to the plate and I have to make sure that we're doing it. So I just wanted to give this little sidebar that we have to lean on each other for different areas. All right, back to the video. This is because we're gonna have more fruit and we're gonna leave more of a legacy in our families than we are in our careers. That's just the reality of it. Throwing a little bit of Christianese out there, our first ministry is our family. This means that this is our first business. This is our first startup. This is our first company that God has given us. If you have a spouse, a significant other, if you have children, they are going to be the ones that you're going to have your greatest impact on, right? We see it time and time again where we see families that where one of the partner has, they have busted their chops. They've financially provided for their family, but they're a workaholic. And 20 years later, sometimes down the line, we see their kids just having some issues, some big time issues, right? Kids certainly have to take ownership of their own lives, but the reality is we are setting an example to our family members through how we navigate our careers. So I just want us to prioritize, like, our first ministry, our first business is our family. So I'm not telling us to not scale our businesses, but I am telling you to emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually cover and lead your family in that regard. The second thing is we have to partner with our partners. I want us to start thinking about our marriages as a tag team wrestling match. Like, if you can think about a wrestling match, one partner is going to be inside of the ring fighting the opponent. The other partner is going to be outside of the ring. From time to time, both partners can be in the ring, but the referee is eventually going to tell one of the partners to get outside of the ring. That's because from a long-term perspective, it's not sustainable from a mental, spiritual, and emotional standpoint for both partners to be accelerating, right? It's just not sustainable. You're going to eventually burn out yourself. You're going to create a divide between yourself and your children and your spouse. Long term, it's really not sustainable for both partners to be in the match at the same time. So we have to partner with our partners and communicate who's going to be the primary one to accelerate, who's going to be the one to kind of step back to have more bandwidth for the family, more cushion for the family. Ideally, it's going to be this juggling act, this seesaw battle where some seasons one person is out there killing it and some season it's going to be vice versa. I want us to think about partnering with our partner, and the best illustration I can think of is a tag team match. Lastly is this: stop comparing yourself. Do not compare yourself or your partner, your spouse, your significant other to anybody else. Don't compare your marriage to anybody else. Every union is set apart for a unique purpose. Don't compare where you all want to be. Stop looking on Instagram, LinkedIn, social media to compare where you are to other folks. It's not healthy for you. It's certainly not going to be healthy for your partner because you're putting this burden on them that's unnecessary. And it's not healthy for your marriage or your families, right? I don't want us to compare ourselves to other individuals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, turn the notifications on so you can get the updates for when videos are dropping. Talk to me. Leave me a comment. How is it going in your family, your marriage, as you navigate your career? Also, slide me some comments for future content that you would like for me to make. I would love that. Also, connect with your boy. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. Yeah, let's connect. And also visit LeNoirCoaching.com if you guys need some help navigating your careers. If you feel stuck, hit your boy up. I'm out here to serve, and I also got some free resources for you. Y'all be blessed out there, man. Talk to you soon.
I'm coming in high, I'm coming in quick, got what I got, I'm so content. He calling me blessed, running up checks, running up, loving that flex, been on that marathon nail. I run at my pace, they loving the spread.